When I was younger, I worked part-time in a pioneer camp as a counselor. Our camp was located in the wilderness, near a forest lake. The place is very picturesque and quiet, away from roads and major cities. It was really nice there. And then the same story happened that I want to tell you about. After those events, I stopped working in such quiet places, and I also stopped working as a counselor. That night I woke to the sound of a voice calling for help. The voice was very low, so low that you couldn't tell if it was a man's voice or a woman's. The camp was divided into two parts. One part of the buildings, where the boys lived, was closer to the forest, and the other, where the girls lived, was closer to the lake. It seemed to me that the voice came from the direction of the forest. My first thought was that one of the boys had gone for a walk and got lost in the woods. I woke up my companion, another counselor, who was sleeping in the next bunk. We grabbed our lanterns and went into the woods. The voice was much clearer now, and now it was clear that it was a girl calling for help. We used our lanterns to light the way, shouting at the girl to follow our voices. But here's the strange thing, the voice began to move away. We were still calling when a street lamp loomed up ahead. Someone was moving toward us. But it was the counselor from the girls' camp. It turned out that she too had heard a cry for help and went into the forest. The three of us continued our search. The voice faded, then seemed to be almost there. We were half a kilometer away, but the voice was still calling for help. The first person who doubted our idea to find the girl on her own was Vic's counselor. She offered to go for help. Yelling for the girl to stay put, we went for help. A voice behind us screamed for us to stay and help. We knew that the three of us in the dark forest, we couldn't do anything about it, we needed more people. See also, not all paranormal stories end well. When we arrived at the camp, we reported the incident to the director. I do not know why, but he turned pale, and ordered the entire camp to be urgently called together and a roll call conducted. We counted all the vacationers, counted even all the service personnel, and we didn't find any missing persons. Absolutely everyone was there. Then who were we looking for 2 hours in the woods? The director ordered everyone dismissed, and we were strictly ordered to keep quiet about the night's incident. In the morning, he brought an old man from the village. They went into the woods with him, and returned about 3 hours later. The old man looked very tired, as if he had been carrying sandbags all day. I was close enough to hear a snippet of their conversation. Director, what do you say, Perriman? The old man, I did my best. The thing was gone. As far as I know. My defenses are strong, but the creature is also getting stronger. Director, I told the management that the camp should be closed, but they consider me a self-important person, and they don't want to listen. They say that as long as the camp gives money, it will stand. They do not want to hear about the beast. The old man, until it blows. The old man and the director walked away, and I didn't hear any more of their conversation. But that passage was enough for me. I don't really believe in all these stories and horror stories, but there was something wrong. I didn't want to stay in this place any longer, so after finishing it for a week, I went home. It wasn't until much later, about 1.5 years later, that I noticed an item in the local newspaper about strange events on that lake. In the early 60s, a children's health camp was set up there. A local resident, someone named Perriman Fedorovich, was bitterly opposed to such construction, and kept repeating about some evil living in the local swamps. Paramin this, either the sorcerer or sorcerers, it is not clear, but when the camps began to disappear children, the local authorities approached. The missing men were not found, but Paramin had been in the forest for 2 days, performing some sort of ritual. After that, the losses stopped. It is not known how the authorities hushed up the cases of missing persons, but the camp continued to work. Not long ago, the camp was closed, as the article says, because of problems with the license, but the journalist quotes in the article the words of the same Paramin, where he says that the creature has returned and now not only the camp is in danger, but also the villages around it. The thing lures people to the swamp. She pretends to be a child and calls for help, as if the child is lost in the forest. When a person starts looking for a child to help him, the creature goes deeper into the forest, to the swamp itself, and there it already does its dirty work. Paramin had said that he would only be strong enough for the village, and then only for a short time.